All right, let's go on a little journey. We're going to try and find the loneliest, most profoundly frightening place in the entire universe. It's a place that makes up most of everything, yet we barely know anything about it. Let's dive in. When you look up at the night sky, you see this incredible canvas of stars and galaxies, right? It feels like the cosmos is just teeming with light and life. But, and this is a big but, that's really just a beautiful illusion. The truth is much stranger and, honestly, a bit unsettling. Our universe is overwhelmingly, profoundly empty. That's how our source material describes them. And look, we're not just talking about the small gaps between stars here. We're talking about these bubbles of eternal night that stretch for hundreds of millions of light years. Truly the loneliest places in all of existence. So what are these things? Well, they're called cosmic voids. And they aren't just an absence of matter, not at all. They're active worlds of darkness that are constantly growing, drifting, and merging. They are literally sculpting the very fabric of the cosmos around us. So, to put it simply, what exactly is a cosmic void? Well, it's a region of space with an incredibly low density of matter. Imagine a desert so vast it makes the Sahara look like a tiny little sandbox. Now, just take all the sand away. That's kind of what a cosmic void is like. And get this, these voids are everywhere. We've already discovered over 8,000 of them, and that number just keeps on climbing. It seems like for every huge, brilliant cluster of galaxies, there's an even bigger void lurking right next door. To really, truly wrap our heads around the scale of these voids, we've got to see one for ourselves. So let's take a quick trip. We're going to do a rapid zoom out from our cozy home here in the cosmos all the way to the very edge of the abyss. Okay, hang on. We start by leaving the familiar arms of the Milky Way. At 2.5 million light years out, we fly right past our neighbor, Andromeda. 10 million light years, and our whole local group of 50-plus galaxies comes into view. 100 million, and we're suddenly dwarfed by the Virgo supercluster, a colossal wall of 2,000 galaxies. And then, at 200 million light years, the light just stops. We've arrived. We're at the local void. We are literally standing on the brink of a gigantic empty bubble. And here's a crazy thought. If you could actually see this void from Earth, it would take up 40% of our entire night sky. All around us are dozens more, each one a universe of suffocating emptiness. Now, let's do something really brave. Let's venture a little deeper, right into the heart of one of the largest voids we know of, the Boötes Supervoid. We're talking about a cosmic desert about 300 million light years wide, a space that should be packed with thousands of galaxies, but it's almost completely empty. Once you're inside, you are surrounded by the most absolute, perfect blackness the human mind can even conceive. The light from the distant galaxies on the edge is just way too faint to see. It's just perfect, silent darkness. There's nothing to orient yourself with. There are no reference points. Not a single sign that the outside universe even exists. It's like being in a featureless, inescapable prison. And you know what's wild? This isn't some weird, exotic corner of the cosmos. This is what the vast majority of our universe is actually like. But wait, is it completely empty? Well, not quite. Hiding in all that darkness are these faint, ghostly tendrils of dark matter. You know, the invisible scaffolding of the universe? It's like a tiny echo of the great cosmic web. And right at their tips, we find something truly special. Void galaxies, like lonely little fireflies that just can't light up the vast night. These void galaxies are totally different from galaxies in crowded clusters. Because they're so isolated, they don't have neighbors to collide with, so they just kind of age in slow motion. They're usually smaller, bluer, and they're still birthing new stars, but this really slow, calm pace. They are, without a doubt, the rarest and loneliest galaxies we know of. So it turns out these voids aren't just passive, empty spaces. No way. They are active players in the whole cosmic drama. In fact, you could say they are the primary sculptors of the universe's large-scale structure. You see, our universe is structured like this incredible cosmic web. Galaxies aren't just spread out randomly. They clump together in these huge sheets and filaments. And what are they organized around? You guessed it, these enormous empty voids. It's a lot like the way soap films connect in a cluster of bubbles. Okay, and this is where things get really strange. Gravity at the edge of a void, it basically works in reverse. Inside a galaxy cluster, gravity pulls everything together, right? But at the edge of a void, there's almost no mass inside to pull on things. Instead, the immense mass of the cosmic web surrounding it pulls everything out. It's a cosmic tug-of-war where one side isn't even pulling, which just makes the voids get even emptier over time. So this whole process, this constant emptying and expansion of voids, it doesn't just shape the universe today. Nope, it holds the key to its ultimate fate, and the force driving that fate, it's found right inside the nothingness itself. We're talking about dark energy, that mysterious force that's making the expansion of the universe speed up. Here in our crowded galaxy, gravity is way too strong for us to notice its effects. But inside a void, where there's hardly any matter, dark energy is king. This is its playground.
And here's what it's going to do. Dark energy is blowing up these bubbles of nothing like balloons. As the voids get bigger and bigger, they start to tear apart those beautiful filaments of the cosmic web. The walls of galaxies get thinned out, the voids merge and grow, until, way out in the distant future, they will take over completely. The entire observable universe will become one gigantic, cold, empty void.
So the scariest place in the universe is also its future. But this leaves us with one last, kind of haunting thought. Since void galaxies age so slowly, so calmly, it's pretty likely that the very last star to ever be born in our dying universe won't ignite in some brilliant supercluster, but right here, in the heart of the loneliest place in existence.